Hey buddy, so cancellation token. Why do you need this cancellation token in C Sharp? So when you work with task, async operation, at that time this cancellation token play a key role. So let's take a technical example. So let's say you have a method that has long complex problem, right? And that is taking quite long time. So, but you know the time that is expecting is maximum 5 minutes or 3 minutes or 2 minutes. You know the defined time, right? This is that long running task. Now, this is very possible since this was a long running task that there's a complex calculations are involved, complex logic is there, that sometime your method may behave weird. And in that case, when you know that my method takes longer time than expected, I want to cancel that. I don't want to perform that logic, right? That means there is something wrong. I just wanted to abort the whole operation, right? At that time, this cancellation token play a key role. So in Microsoft task, you have a concept called cancellation token. You can pass that token along with your task and you can control that method. Then whenever you want, you have a specific reason, you know that if this condition doesn't meet, I just wanted to cancel the whole operation. I don't want to go further, right? Now let's jump into the code and we will walk through the real life example with our C# technical code. Okay, so here we are in the Visual Studio. So to implement this cancellation token, we will talk about a simple algorithm, right? What algorithm needs to implement it. So there are a few steps. The first step that you need a cancellation token source. And then second, you need this cancellation token, right? So these two classes are required to implement this cancellation token concept, right? So if you look at the cancellation token source, it is being inherited from iDisposable. That means it take cares about disposing the objects which was not required after, right? That means after you cancel it, you are done, you can dispose the object, right? Okay, now so then there is a class called cancellation token, right? So over here, this class helps us to generate the token for the task, right? Now, the third step, these two are just the initialization, right? The first is initialization of cancellation token source. Second is generating a token that we are going to use further, right? Okay, now if you look at this code, this is just a parallel operation that we are going to do, right? Any operation, since token is always being used with task, so we will create a task work. This could be a method, this could be a separate class, right? It's all up to you. But as an algorithm, this would be our third step where we wanted to perform the parallel operation or the task operation or sync operation, right? And if you look at this, within this task, we need to pass a token, right? So that token will take care, that this token is associated with this task. Now, finally, you have to start the task, right? Now, at the last step, right? This is not the last step, the second last step, that you can cancel the token, right? Over here, since this was a simple algorithm, we are not putting any condition. We are just saying, hey, cancel it. Now, if you notice, the token that was generated through cancellation token, right? This token was assigned to a task. Task was started. Then when I have to cancel, I have to cancel through cancellation token source, right? If you look at this cancellation token source dot cancel is being called, right? And this is the concept that we were talking. So cancellation token source dot cancel what? This token, right? But if you take a close look, this token is even generated by cancellation token source, right? So these two are tied with each other, right? Okay, now I'm going to repeat it one more time before we jump into the real implementation. Okay, so the simple algorithm says you need first class to initialize, that says cancellation token source, right? You created an object. Second, you take help of this object and generate a new token, right? Cancellation token source dot token, give me token from this source, right? And then you have a class called cancellation token that will take that token. Okay, now you have to perform some task and you have to attach that token that was generated with that task, right? Now finally you have to start the task for sure. Finally you need to cancel the task if you wanted to cancel, right? Here we don't have any condition. I'm just going and simply canceling this task, right, which was this task. So just to understand this concept, I'm not adding any condition here. Okay, at the finally, you know that this cancellation token source was inherited from I disposable, so that means I have that disposable things, right? So what I will do, I will take help of this again cancellation token source. At the end I will free the resources, right? So this is a simple algorithm. Now let's jump into the real implementation and what are the ways to cancel. Let's talk one by one. So we will start with simple. Now let me give you the example. So I have a method called government office, right? So since this is a government office, it will take care about all the government work, right? Now the same concept algorithm that we just talked. So cancellation token source, we have the object, we have generated a token. Now here if you see what example I have took here, visa token, right? Because in this example that we have implemented, we have government office and then we have business visa, right? So what I'm doing here, I have since the token and I have the cancellation token source, right? So I have a method called business visa. So if you look at the business visa, what I'm doing here, I'm saying, hey, there is a person who were assigned with a visa, right? And that visa was for only for 100 days, right? So if you look at this is a person task, right? This is one task. I'm saying, hey, run from day is equal to 1 to less than this days, which is 100, right? And day plus plus. So this person was granted a visa for 100 days. Now that person went to that country and he or she will start working, right? Now what I'm doing here, I'm saying, hey, checking when this guy is working for this 100 days, keep checking that his visa token is still valid or not. So there is a check that is cancellation requested. So here I'm saying just check if his visa token requested for cancellation or not. If it is requested, just say what visa is cancelled, deport the person to native country as on which day, whatever the day it is, I will deport that person because this day involved in some illegal activity, right? And this is the way of cancel. One way is very simple, that is return. So normally we use this return. So this is the simplest way that everyone is familiar. When you are done with something, just return it, right? So what I'm doing, hey, since his visa token was requested for cancel, I'm deporting him and return here. Don't do anything further, right? Don't spend too much day. Since person was catched on 20th day, for example, then don't go for rest 80 days. Return from here, right? So that was the business visa task, right? And what I'm doing here, if you look at this, whatever the visa token was that was associated with this task, right? So same algorithm that we talked before. Okay, now this was started and return finally that person task. Okay, now let's go back to that government office. So okay, what government office is saying, hey, this is a one task that needs to be done, right? Now here I have one condition that after 30 milliseconds just wake up and cancel his visa. I could add more condition, hey, go and check if this person is involved in any illegal activity, but I don't have that logic to put here. So what I did, for just to make this concept more clear, I'm saying just wait for 30 milliseconds, right? And then just wake up and cancel his visa, right? And then at the end just release the memory. Now let's see how this works, right? So what I will do here, in the main method, I have called this method called government office, right? This government office. Now let's see how this works. So what I will do, I will put a breakpoint, go further, and let's see how this behaves. Okay, so government office method is called, right? My token source is generated, right? I have the visa token. If you look at this, yes, is cancellation requested false, right? And this business visa, right, which is this method. So go to implementation, let's come here and let's put a breakpoint so we can understand it easily. Go further. Okay, now it will go till what, 100 days, right? So let it go. Come on, it is working. Okay, so see, his visa was requested as cancel, right? we didn't put, so that was cancelled from here actually. So we didn't put a breakpoint, so that we may have missed. So what I will do, let's stop it and let's execute one more time, right? Okay, so now let's go further. We are here, right? Whenever the visa is cancelled, just inform me. Okay, his visa is cancelled, right? At what day it is cancelled? On first day. Oh my god. So this person is really involved in, illegal activities. So if I can show you, see, visa is cancelled, deport to person to native country as on one day, on day one, right? On his first day, this guy was involved in illegal activities. Okay, now what I will do, since we understand this code, what I will do, I will disable the breakpoint to make it more fast, right? And this time instead of 30, what I will do, I will put more wait time, right? So thread.sleep 40 milliseconds. Now let's see how this work. Okay, so here you go. So this guy has spent, these many days in foreign country, which was 49th day, but on 50th day, that guy was deported because it involved in illegal activities, right? Okay, so this is one way to make it cancel the task, right, which is return. Now there is a way called throw if cancellation requested. That means you can throw the error as well, right? So in that case, what you will do, let me what we need to do, we will take help of try catch and we can implement that thing over here. Say this is inside the try, since this is a method, right? This is the actual method which is business visa, and then I will put my catch over here, right? So if there is any catch from this method, catch over here, right? Don't return anything. Okay, so let's say null. Okay, now everything, because this is a try, so let's say everything under a try, right? So I have this logic, and in that finally I will dispose, right? So since this is a finally, whether error or not, I want to dispose my resources. Okay, now put a breakpoint and let's see how this works. But you know what, one thing that we missed, let's go to the original method, and we are still using this return, but this time we have to use a different syntax. Return was the simplest one. We have to use a different approach this time to cancel, not the return. That should be, we will take help of the visa token, right? So where this task was performed, where we were checking, this visa token is cancellation requested or not. So over there, instead of return this time, we will say, hey, this is my visa token. Where are you, visa? So this is my visa token, and I will say dot, and then I say, throw if cancellation. So here you go. So this is a method. So what it does, so as name says, throw. That means whenever our code reach out to this stage, the cancellation requested is true, and reach out to this stage, it will throw, right? So throw the error. So when it throws the error, our code should catch here, right? So execute it. Let's see how many days this spent. Okay, you see, since this was requested, and visa token throw if cancellation request is throwing an exception, right? So if I say continue, it will catch over here. Here you go, right? So now you have the exception that a task was cancelled, right? And finally I will dispose it. Here you go, right? So two way we have learned. You can use a soft way to say someone that I'm returning you, which was simply say return over here, right? The other way, you could be a little harsh and you can say that I'm throwing you out of my country, since you are involved in illegal countries, I'm cancelling your visa, right? Since we have learned about how to cancel, what are the algorithm, now when actually you need to cancel, right? This is one of the example. So when you write a code, right, and sometimes you are in a situation that there is any error. Let's say you have executed one method and there was any exception. Now since there was an exception, you just wanted to cancel the task, right? So that is one use case when you can cancel. You can throw your task out of that place, right? Second, a long running task. When your task is working longer than expected or stuck for any reason, you wanted to cancel it. And you know what? Now there are further more reasons. For example, let's say operation timeout, right? I wanted to cancel it. Exceeding resources limits. Let's say there was these many resources provided, now it is exceeding that as well. That situation also you wanted to cancel your task, right? So whenever there is a long running task, whenever the resources are exceeded, or the timeout, or any error, or let's say or there was some specific condition that if it meets, I don't want to go further. Let's say this meet at this second, that's I'm done, I don't want to perform further more operation, you wanted to cancel it, right? Okay, so that's all for today video. I will see you in the next video.